Today's discussion is more pragmatic and centers around 6 things we might be doing or might consider doing with our guitars that would not be wise to do. You'll want to be sure to watch until the end because the last and most important tip might not be what you'd expect. Let's get started. Number 1. Don't leave it in a car unattended. Unless it's in motion on the way to a gig, a car is not a great place for a guitar. First and foremost, because a guitar is temperature sensitive. In the warmer seasons of the year, a car can heat up faster than you might think. Even inside a case, a guitar can eventually overheat to where the glue holding it together can melt, and then you're left with expensive scrap wood instead of your instrument. And of course, cars can get broken into as well. I personally know musicians whose instruments have been borrowed out of their cars for the rest of their lives. So even if you're going to run into the grocery store or something like that, take your guitar with you. Put it in the cart. Carry it beside you, but don't leave it in the car, windows open or not. Keep it where you can see it and where it can remain at a comfortable temperature. Number 2. Don't leave it in direct sunlight. This is a similar tip to number 1. If a guitar is in the sun, it can get overheated as well. Imagine if you were in an artist lineup for a summer concert series, and I've been there, and your guitar was just off stage or even on stage with the sun beating down on it while you were waiting to play your set. That could be a recipe for a damaged instrument. A few years ago, I did an outdoor show on a flatbed trailer in southern Texas in 108-degree weather. I watched in disbelief as my pick holder, which was held on by an adhesive pad, drifted along the top of my guitar like a pat of butter on a stack of hotcakes. This was my first clue that I was in a less hospitable temperature environment. So if you're at an outdoor show on a sunny day, or even just hanging out with your guitar with some friends on their patio, consider putting your guitar in the shade, or at least wrap it with a white sheet so that the light and heat are reflected. Number 3, don't hand it over to a non-guitarist. A non-guitarist, or perhaps we might call this person a pre-guitarist, won't have the same level of appreciation for your guitar, and maybe not the same level of respect either. They won't know how to care for it properly, and although they may hold it carefully, if they don't know how to play it, things could get real interesting real fast. If time permits, I'd recommend supervising them closely, showing them where to put their hands on the instrument, and gently guiding them with instructions on simple guitar techniques like a basic chord with gentle strumming or something. If time does not permit, maybe just hold on to your guitar and let them watch and listen. Number 4, don't take all the strings off and leave them off. On a properly set up guitar, there's a delicate balance of tension between the strings and the truss rod. Assuming you have a truss rod in your guitar, that part of the instrument is working in opposition to the strings. If you take off all the strings and leave them off, that tension will no longer be balanced. I understand the need to remove all the strings so you can clean the frets. That's fine, but don't let it stay that way for hours or days upon end. I typically restring my guitar 1 string at a time so I can maintain the tension between the truss rod and the strings in an ongoing way. Number 5, don't lean it against a wall. I know it can be tempting if we're in a hurry to simply lean a guitar against a wall. And maybe you have super plush carpet in your home, so a tipped over guitar probably won't be a big risk. But why risk it? I say, ideally, grab a guitar stand, or at least put the guitar in a corner, or gently rest it temporarily on a couch. But leaning a guitar against an open wall could be a recipe for a tumble that your guitar really doesn't need to experience. Number 6, and you might not expect this, although I think you'll definitely appreciate it. Don't forget about your guitar. There are different seasons of playing, but I've met people who have set their guitar aside for years and have regretted it. Make little windows of time in your schedule to enjoy your guitar on whatever level. Play a short worship song at the beginning of your morning devotions. Keep it near your desk at work and grab it on your lunch break. Pick it up at the end of a long day and unwind with a few songs on the couch. Jam with someone you know and make a little music together. But don't forget about this amazing instrument and all that you can enjoy as you play it. So once again, here are 6 things you should never do with your guitar. Number 1, don't leave it in a car unattended. Take it with you. Number 2, don't leave it in direct sunlight. Keep it in the shade or wrap it in a white sheet. Number 3, don't hand it to a non-guitarist without some instructions. Give them some pointers or just let them watch this time. Number 4, don't take all the strings off and leave them off. Either put them back on right away or just take one string off at a time. Number 5, don't lean it against a wall. Use a stand or at least place it somewhere where it won't get tipped over. And number 6, don't forget about it. Make that guitar a part of your life, ideally on a daily basis, which will lead to greater musicianship and fulfillment. I hope this has been helpful. Just know that I want you to get the most out of your guitar, but also your guitar experience. And that's what the guitar can give us the opportunity to enjoy, experiences. It's not just about learning guitar skills. Those are super helpful. It's about putting those skills to practical and artistic use as we make music for the Lord, either alone or with others. If these kinds of experiences are what you long for, please check out GuitarSuccessForYou.com to learn about our approach to the instrument and how we dig deep into finding our purpose and mission as guitar players for the glory of God. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how well laid out the experience is and also how affordable it is. Keep playing your guitar and taking good care of it. Stay in touch, and I hope to see you inside Guitar Success for You. Keep showing up, and I'll see you next time.